Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Say You Think You're Iconic, the movie podcast, where I am eating Denny's and I think Kelly is eating fruit.
Yep.
Good times, good times.
Good
I'm also
times.
I'm also very sad because I think it's gonna rain holiday weekend.
Is it?
I think so.
You know what? I'm
A-
actually excited.
And if it does rain, I don't fucking care. I'm still going out.
Yeah, you are. Rain is
I've
not
made
gonna
up
stop
my
joy.
mind that I'm going,
Yeah.
so I'm going.
Yeah. Yeah. We got some rain here this morning, actually. So
How
it's
weird that
coming.
it's raining there and not raining here.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's actually a really nice fall day right now. I actually have my window open because it's cool outside.
Oh, it's kind of cold here. It's 54 degrees. My
Oh,
mom
yeah.
turned on the
That's
heater for
cool.
the first time.
Wow. Good for you
So,
guys.
I'm wearing the sweater. Usually I'm shirtless around the house. I'm wearing this
Yeah.
sweater.
Yeah.
It's a little chilly in here.
Yeah. We're at a cool 67 right now.
Ooh. A cool 60s. Wow.
Wow. No, I know. One of our friends boyfriends lives in the same area that I do, and she texted me and she's like, "Oh, my boyfriend said that it's going to get cool, like it's going to get cold." He said cold where
Hmm.
you guys are, and I'm just like, "Yeah, it'll be in the mid 70s next week. Is that cold?"
Yeah. When the sun
Is
goes
that
down, I
cold?
can wear a light jacket. Like, yeah.
I'm like, is that what y'all consider cold out here? The mid 70s?
I watched this vlogger on YouTube, and they live in Florida, and they
Hmm.
came to like Disneyland, and they were like, it's such a crisp, or they were no, they came to Disneyland during like the heat wave, and they were like, it feels so
Ah,
good out here, and I was like, good,
good.
good, and then I guess it's starting to cool off in Florida, and
Uh
they were
huh.
like, it's a nice, beautiful, chilly 65-degree day.
65.
65, that's the perfect day.
Yeah, that's the perfect day. Anywhere between like 68 and 75, that's a perfect day.
Yeah, y'all
It might get a
are.
little cold under like 65, like a little like you need a light jacket, but it's
Yeah,
not cold.
you might need a light jacket, and that's if there's a breeze. I
Yeah,
didn't
if there's
see
a
a
breeze, if
breeze in the
yeah,
video.
if there's no breeze, then it's a good day.
Y'all, other people in other parts of the country are weird.
Yeah,
Weird.
70 being cold?
Mm-mm.
Y'all. Y'all. I but take me back.
It
Where's my
was
50s and my 40s?
it was 73 degrees in San Francisco
Oh, that's
on
a perfect day.
Wednesday, I think. I
Yeah.
took off my sweater. I had a short
Yeah.
sleeve. I didn't wear a sweater that morning on the ferry. Like I was like, this is a
Wow.
great day.
Yeah. If it's 70s in the city, then dude, that's a perfect day. You
That's a
want to be in
perfect
the
day.
city.
Yeah. Weirdos, Kelly,
Yeah.
weirdos.
Yeah. Y'all who think that weather's good.
Mm-mm.
Mm,
No. No, no, no. How
no.
was your week though, Kelly?
Very exciting. I now have a nephew, not a human nephew.
She she almost gave our friend group a heart attack. She
Yeah.
texted, I have a nephew, and immediately I was like, a biological one? I was very confused because I was like, I just saw pictures of your brother and his girlfriend, and she was not pregnant.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 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 no. He adopted a dog.
Yeah, a dog.
A dog, yes. Yeah, so I have a nephew who's a dog. Very exciting. The dog is a poodle and a chihuahua mix. So he's the cutest thing in the world. Um, I demand photos of my nephew every day. I need a new update because he's just so freaking adorable. Um, but yeah, my brother lives alone, so him learning how to train a puppy and live with a puppy, it's kind of funny because I think he forgets that it's a puppy. So he'll text me and he'll be like, "The dog just the dog just did this, and he started crying. What do I do now? I'm like, dude, he's a puppy, and this is like his second day with you. Like he's gonna be a little like weirded out about his like new surroundings and the new person that he's with. You literally just stole him from his mother. Like this man is gonna be a little frightened. It's okay. It's so funny. And then he'll text me. He's like, the dog's not eating. I'm like, what? Like he hasn't eaten all day, or what are you talking to yourself? Like, no, I put the food down in front of him. He took like 2 bites and walked away. I'm like, dude, puppies have an attention span of 2 seconds. He'll eat and then he'll come back eventually.
He'll come back.
He'll come back eventually. It's just so funny. But yeah, he's super cute. Um, Other than that, I went to my town's Oktoberfest yesterday.
Hmm.
Very freaking mid.
Aren't all
Very,
Oktoberfest
very
mid?
freaking
Like,
mid.
you're supposed to be drunk, so you don't understand how mid it is.
No, but like it was mid in the sense that it was all the drunk white people in one part, and then their families at the kids section, and then like some random guys who brought their like classic cars and like have decided to like add on to the Oktoberfest by having a little car show. And it was very small.
That
Like,
sounds very standard. I feel
well,
like if you were drunk, you would have had a better time.
probably, but it was also very small. Like it was literally like you could fit everybody or like everything that was there in a parking lot. Like that's how small it was. Like not even a big parking lot, just like a
Yikes.
mid-sized parking lot. Like it was mid in the aspect that it was small and that there weren't
Hmm.
a lot of food options. Like I was expecting to get like some food in me. It was literally just alcohol. And
I would have had fun. I
I'm
don't
like
even
that's
like beer.
understandable.
I would have had fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like I'm not into it. I'm not into that, so I'm not really going to enjoy that part, but literally I'm like maybe I could get like some fries or something, some nachos somewhere in this place. No.
Didn't even have
It was
pretzels.
just alcohol. No.
What's an Oktoberfest without pretzels?
That's what I'm saying. I was expecting some type of like
Where's
bready thing that like that somebody
soaks up
was
the
like
alcohol? Yeah,
right, right. No. No. You were there to get trashed and that was
that's
it.
lame. I could get trash
Yeah.
cheaper at the local Applebee's.
Right. Right. Also,
Mm.
side note, we gotta go to Chili's.
Ooh, I was just
I'm
about to
convinced we
ask
have to
you,
go to
can you come
Chili's.
can you come can you come home for Halloween? These people are getting on
We
my
got
nerves. I keep trying to make plans with people and no one is like responding.
really. I'm
Halloween
so
is next
down.
weekend.
I'm so down.
Please come home. I'll take you to Chili's. We can go to Chili's.
We can go to Chili's.
We could go
Okay.
to Chili's, get drunk. We could go to a pumpkin
Okay.
patch.
Good.
I don't care. I need to do
I
something.
I am down, dude. There's no pumpkin patches out here. Do you know how freaking sad I am?
Can they grow crops out there?
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
we're part of like where I am. There's a lot of like farming. So I was expecting,
really?
yeah, there is actually. Like there's actual
Hmm.
fields, bro. It's weird.
You live in a
Um
desert. That's
I
weird.
know. I know. Um but yeah, I was expecting some type of fall thing, like either a corn maze or like some type of setup, like they have all over the Bay Area where you just like see them from the freeway where they have like the
Hmm.
pumpkins and the blow up stuff. Like I'd walk through something like that. I'd need something fall. But they don't even have that here. I'm so freaking sad.
Not even
When I
like
was
a
in Walnut,
carnival?
no. I think I saw them setting up something, but like it didn't have any of like the traditional like pumpkin patch stuff.
Oh, that sucks. My local
Yes.
mall is at least having a carnival.
I mean, they always have that carnival.
Always.
Yeah,
It's always the same crappy rides.
it is. Yeah, it is. I mean, it looks cool from the freeway
Hmm.
because you see like the big Ferris wheel and stuff, and you're like, oh, that's cute. And then
That's
you're like,
cute.
wait
And
a
then you
minute.
get there and you're
Yeah,
like, this is it?
yeah. And then that freaking funnel cake thing is there like all year. I swear to you. Like they leave it there.
I think that was just during COVID.
Was
Because
it?
it's not been there anymore.
Okay,
But
because
I
I
know
feel like there's a
exactly what you're talking about.
okay, you know what I'm talking about? I feel
Yes.
like whenever I passed by the mall, I was like, why is
Funnel
that still
cakes?
there?
Yeah.
I'm like, Like it's not even somewhere where you can justify it being like a county
No.
fair or something. That was just it was
I
just there.
I
Funnel
I
cakes.
guess the fair people were getting very desperate. They were
I
like,
guess
"Let's just
so.
let's just sell funnel cakes."
Yeah, right. All year. But yeah, I am down to come back
Please
and go
do.
to go to Chili's with you.
Please come back. I need something to do this weekend. And me going to a bar in Alameda by myself does not seem very
Oh,
fun.
no,
But
it
like
doesn't.
that's like my backup plan if like nothing happens. I'm just gonna go to a bar in Alameda and hopefully don't get hate crimed. Like I don't
Right,
know
right.
what else to do.
Okay, so you can pick me up at SFO on Wednesday.
Mhm.
Because Wednesday they have the cheap flights.
Yes, it is. We can either get you a hotel or you can stay with your cousins, whichever you
Right,
prefer.
right, right. I'll figure it out.
Friday, I'll leave work early, pick you up. We can go somewhere. Don't care.
Don't care what it is.
Chili's or pumpkin patch. Don't care. And then
I
yeah,
love it.
have a
Love
whole
it.
weekend. I'll drag you to a haunted house somewhere. I'll find one.
Ah, okay. I know you would. Dang it.
You'll have fun.
Yeah, we'll have fun.
If I could drag Sabrina into a haunted house, I can drag you into one.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're right.
That was I need to tell that story one day. That was
Yeah, you do.
incredible and also the dumbest thing I've ever done in my entire life. And so I haven't even started talking about my week yet. Gosh,
I
we're
know.
11
Sorry.
minutes in. So this week, a little lingering. I spent way too much time with my extended family. Way too much. They had me out of the house way too long for a Sunday
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
They had me drinking way too much alcohol for a Sunday night. Like,
This man has work on Monday.
I have work on Monday,
Yeah.
and I wake up early. I wake up at 6:30.
Mm.
So, yeah, that was not fun. And then I made a comment on a Twitter post, and it received over 950 something likes.
No
I
way.
had to mute the post because I kept getting notifications.
Oh my gosh, you're Twitter famous?
And the same thing happened to me on TikTok. I made a the simplest of
Mm.
comments. Let me look at how many likes it has. Last time I checked, it was over 1,000.
No way. Dang.
1 second, let's check.
Yeah, I need the numbers.
2,537 likes.
2,000?
Yes. And
Jordan.
it wasn't even a funny comment or any it was I'm telling you, it was the most simple of comments.
They're eating it up though.
When they said it's easy to get famous on TikTok, they were not playing. Like, wow.
Wow, 2K. That's crazy, dude.
I'm in my influencer era.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are. I'm so
I'm in my
proud of you right
influencer
now.
hour. Yeah, Kelly's gotta find out when she comes out here, and I do all of my Instagram posts for Halloween weekend.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we're gonna get stopped at every corner where we can't even go
Hmm.
outside.
Yeah,
We have to order Chili's
to
and not
go.
to go, and we can't even eat peacefully in a Chili's
No,
in that sacred space.
yeah,
Maybe fame isn't for you.
it's not. It's okay.
It's a burden you'll have to bear.
It's a burden I alone will have to bear. No one else will know my plight.
No, yeah, no one. Not even
Uh,
Beyonce.
Not even Beyonce. What does she know? She's not getting likes like this.
She's not
Two
getting 2K likes on a comment.
on a comment? No, I'm kidding. Okay, Kelly, let's just get into this movie.
Yeah, okay. Let's do it.
A lot to say. A lot to say.
A lot to say.
So this week we will be talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer.
There we go. Perfect.
Classic, classic.
Classic.
Classic Scream ripoff. But we'll talk about that later.
True.
So let's get started. So our movie starts off with a man and he's drinking on the side of a cliff, which you should never do,
No, please don't.
ever, please. When he sees fireworks, and we cut back to the town where a 4th of July celebration is taking place, and the beautiful Helen Shivers is competing in a beauty pageant while her friends Julie James, Ray Bronson, and her boyfriend Barry Cox, which yikes,
Yeah.
cheer her on.
What a name.
What a name.
What a
And
guy.
so what a guy. What a friend group. What a
What
what a
yeah,
what
what
a
a friend group.
what a dynamic they have.
Mhm.
And so somehow Helen wins this beauty pageant and she becomes Croaker Queen or whatever it's called.
Whatever. Yeah.
And the four of them celebrate after and end up going for a drive to hang out at the beach. Ray tells them about an urban legend about a killer with a hook for a hand, but everyone brushes it off. And after both couples go off and make promises about their futures together and getting married, and all those things that small
Yeah.
town couples do all the
Yeah,
time.
especially straight out of high school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna be together forever, babe.
Ye- Yeah, for the next 2 months.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky. And so and so they're like, let's go home. And Barry wants to drive, but he is plastered.
Yeah, he is so drunk.
So Ray is like, absolutely not, takes his keys, and he starts driving. And while Ray is driving, a drunk Barry drops a bottle of alcohol on Ray, causing a
Incredible.
distraction, and then he ends up hitting a person. Barry decides that since he's drunk, he doesn't want to tell the cops that they hit a
Yeah.
person, and they should just hide the body.
Yeah, he jumped to conclusions so fast.
Yeah, he was
So
they
fast.
listened to him.
Yeah.
He was plastered and he was like, listen to me, and everybody was like, yeah, you're making
Yeah, yeah,
sense.
yeah. Yeah, they're like, this is a perfect plan. We're just gonna move the body. It'll be fine.
Hmm.
Like, bro, what is going on? I mean, the girls were talking sense, but why would you eventually listen to Barry?
I have no idea. And so Barry's like, no one will believe us. They'll think we're all drunk, even though I'm the only one drinking.
Right.
And it's very easy to just take a test. And so he's like, let's throw the body in the harbor,
Awful.
which is a bad plan for several reasons.
Yes. I
One,
love I love that they think that they're fishermen are like very knowledgeable of the sea. Like I know you grew up next to it, but they're like the tides are so strong right now. It'll just pull the body out, and then the water will destroy the evidence. Like, bro,
I'm like,
what?
no, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
I'm like, that
Like,
body's just gonna float back up to the top. Like, what are you talking
right,
about?
right. You don't just throw a body in the water and it just floats to the bottom. That's not how that
Yeah, it's
works.
not gonna float to the bottom. Like, it's
No,
gonna go right back up.
right. You need to tie something heavy to it so it stays on the ocean floor.
But then it's stuck in that spot, and
Yeah,
anyone can find it because you literally just dropped it off
exactly.
the pier.
Right.
Like, no
And
thoughts.
like no thoughts. Like I understand they're under a lot of pressure right now, but oh my gosh.
And I also found it funny that they thought the tide would push it away from
Yes.
the from land and not
Yes.
towards it. You know how
Oh my
waves
god.
do,
Right. They
but
don't know how the ocean
whatever,
works.
whatever. And so everyone's like, yeah, let's do this. So they carry this body to the pier and
Mm.
they're about to like throw him in, but then he wakes up. And instead of being like, oh my gosh, let's take him to the hospital,
Yeah.
they just throw him in the water
Right. They just push him into the
because he grabbed for Helen's crown on her head.
right.
And then when they push him in, the crown of course goes in with him.
Mm-hmm.
And so Barry has to jump back into the water and go after the crown.
Because no
It's
evidence.
it's because no evidence. Plus, she needs to return the crown.
Yeah,
Spoiler alert:
apparently. Yeah.
they just
Which is
reuse the same
kind of
crown.
weird.
Very weird. And so Barry resurfaces from the water, and he's like, "We're never speaking about this again."
Mm-hmm.
And everyone's just like, "Okay." Julie's a little hesitant, but
Yeah,
after
she
Barry
is.
shakes her like one or two times, she's like, "Fine."
Right.
Fine, we won't talk about this. Yeah, because Barry is, like we said, very scared that the police in this town won't believe the super rich football player,
The white
the
rich,
white rich
the Super
football
Bowl,
player.
a football player. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And so we cut to 1 year later, and Julie goes home for the summer, and her mom and her like RA advisor like drives her
Was it her?
home.
Yeah, I assumed it was her roommate.
Was it her roommate?
I just assumed. I have no idea. I mean, like how they were acting with one another. I feel like they
She
were
seemed like an
roommates.
RA the way she was acting.
Probably. Don't know.
We could say
Someone on her
roommate.
floor.
We could say
Yeah.
roommate. I'm fine with roommate, whatever. She drives her home for the holidays, and her mom notices that Julie is acting weird, but doesn't press her enough for information, like at
No, she
all.
does not.
She's like,
She
"Are you
does not.
okay?" And she's like, "Yes, I'm fine, mom." While she's like shaking, and I'm like,
Right. She literally looks like she hasn't bathed in a week and she's
"Yeah,
lost like 20 pounds. And her mom's like, "Is it drugs?" And she's like, "No, mom." And she's like, "Oh, okay. You're fine."
okay, baby."
Like,
My
come
mom would have went
on.
through my phone. My mom would have went through my
Oh,
laptop.
yeah.
She would have went through my room. She would have went through everything.
Yeah. I would have had a whole FBI SWAT team like pat me
Hmm.
down, going through my history, asking, interviewing people at my school.
Yeah, my mom does not play those games.
Mm. No.
It would have been it would have been very bad for me.
Yeah.
Within the hour, I would have been confessing to the murder I
Yes.
did.
Yes.
And so, and then it gets even worse because we find out that Julie is very close to being expelled, and her mom like does not care.
Yeah. She doesn't push her at all to get to understand why her kid, who was like a student in school, is now about to get kicked out.
Is now about to get kicked out. All Julie says is, "These summer classes I took are gonna make up for it," and her mom's like, "Okay."
That's not how that works. That is not how that works.
Mm. Okay. And
Mm-mm.
so Julie then gets a letter in the mail that simply says, "I know what you did last summer." And it freaks her out so much that she can't sleep that night.
Yeah.
She just like sits in the corner, like huddled up, looking at
Holding a
the
pillow.
holding a
Yeah.
pillow, looking at the letter, seeing shadows outside her window. Like it's
Ugh.
bad. And so the next day, the town is getting ready for the 4th of July celebration when Julie goes to Helen's parents' store to get Helen's number so she can call her. But then she
Mhm.
finds out that Helen is not in New York like she
Nope.
was supposed to be. She's back in town because she gave up on trying to be an actress. Don't know why she moved to New York to be an actress, but
Yeah. You should go
okay.
to LA for that.
She go to LA.
Maybe it's just closer.
Maybe. She's like, I'll save a little money
Maybe.
on travel.
Yeah, I'll just and then move to a place that's more expensive
More
than
expensive.
LA.
But I feel like every pretty girl needs to go through that trauma.
Yeah.
Like you're not special. Work on your
Mm,
personality. Being pretty is
yeah.
not a personality.
Yeah, sorry.
And so yeah, Julie tells Helen about the letter. And so they go to Barry's house to tell him about it. And he's like, ignore it. Like he's
Bruh.
like, ignore it.
Yeah. He's like, that could just be a prank for y'all. Just ignore
Yeah.
it. Where he's like, bro, how, there is no reason somebody should be sending me that at
No.
all,
Unless
even if
they
it was a
know.
prank. Right.
Unless they know.
Yeah.
But then Julie tells them about the man that they ran over and how his name was David Egan, and he was found by the police, and they named his death an accidental drowning.
How they didn't know about this
I don't know. I
is
feel like that
just
would have been
confusing
big
to me.
news in their town. I know they like went off to
Yeah.
college, but like their parents didn't even mention it.
I know. I feel like that's one of those things where it's like, oh my gosh, guess what happened today? They found a dead
Yeah.
body in the harbor.
Hmm.
Like, come on. My mom even mentions like small deaths to me that she like sees on Facebook and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
My mom told me when one of the people she went to high school with died. I don't know that woman.
Right, me neither. Or like when one of their parents dies, I'm just like, oh, sad.
Okay. But yeah, also these police are terrible at their jobs.
Yeah.
Cuz this man got hit by a car and they're like accidental drowning.
We found him in the water, so obviously he drowned it.
Obviously
He
he
drowned it?
drowned.
He drowned.
He drowned it, Kelly.
It's early in the morning, though. Leave me alone.
And so after Julie tells them about David Egan, the three
Mhm.
of them come to the conclusion that the only person that could know what happened is a local guy named Max who drove by after they hit the guy.
Yeah,
And so
true.
Barry goes to his job and threatens him.
Awful idea.
But then we very soon after see that Max had no idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Max had no
No
idea.
idea. He literally just drove by y'all and didn't even think
Yeah,
about it. Y'all are just paranoid.
paranoid. And so as they're leaving, they run into Ray, and Julie tells him about the note, but he thinks it's no big deal. Please stop listening to these men.
Yeah, please.
They're dumb.
They're dumb.
And so they talk about what happened, and Julie says she doesn't blame Ray, but she doesn't want to be associated with him either. And I'm like, fair.
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 Very
Fair.
fair. And he's hurt, bro.
Right? He's like, what do you mean? I just talked
It's
you into murdering someone and then hiding the evidence. Like, why would you not want to be with
like
me?
we're trauma bonded.
We're trauma bonded.
We're bonded through this trauma that we're putting ourselves through, and also the fact that we committed a crime together.
Yeah, now we have to like get married and live together forever.
Right, and maybe have some kids because that's what trauma people do.
Yeah, who we emotionally scar for the rest of their lives, thus
Exactly.
leading on to more and more scarred people
Right, generational trauma. Let's start it together.
until we hit the 2010s when therapy becomes very popular.
Right. Right.
Yeah, and so we then cut back to Max, who is just like working. He's steaming some crabs or something when he
Yeah.
is murdered by an unknown figure with a fish hook.
Yay.
Um, yay. Um,
That's an awful
Barry,
death, by the way.
awful death. He also got like dragged over those hot pots.
Yeah.
Like,
So he definitely felt that because he's not gonna die to a hook to the face.
no,
He
not
definitely got
immediately.
cooked. Not immediately.
And what's so funny is Max had nothing to do with this. I don't know why he was murdered.
Right. Like they only talked to him. And he knew nothing.
He knew absolutely nothing
This man was killed for no reason.
for no reason. And
Sorry, Max.
so we cut to Barry, and he's like at the gym working out when he hears strange noises, but decides to go take a shower anyway.
Dumb.
And when he returns to his locker, he sees that his keys are gone and his jacket is gone, and that there's a picture of his car with the words "I know" written on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so he goes looking outside because his car is being stolen when the driver tries to run him over. And
Sheesh.
so there's this long chase scene where he's like outrunning a car.
Yeah, he's outrunning a car, y'all.
And then he eventually does get hit by the car.
Yeah.
And then
No,
the most
it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, by the
no,
way.
it's very survivable.
Uh huh.
If I had to guess, I'd say maybe 20 miles per hour he got hit.
Yeah, but the destruction it looked like it caused looked like it should have been so much worse.
It should have been like 60, but honestly, it looked like it was like 20.
Yeah.
And so the mysterious person then walks out and brandishes the fish hook at Barry. And then we cut away. And it's the most abrupt cutaway
Yeah,
I've
it is.
ever seen in my entire life.
It is. It's like ominous hook in your face, and then it's just black cut to the next
Black.
day.
And then it like wow, it like scared. That was the scariest moment of this
That was the
movie.
jump scare. That was the real jump scare.
And so we cut to the hospital, and everyone shows up to question Barry about what happened. and Ray thinks someone just did it to scare him. Hit you with your
Right.
car to scare you.
Yeah, that's not to scare you, that's to kill you, my
That's to
man.
kill you. And so Helen comes up with a theory that the person doing this could be either a friend or a family member of David Egan.
Mm.
And so they go looking for information on him and find out that 2 years before, David was in a drunk driving accident that killed his girlfriend. And so they decide to go see David's family and see what they know. When we get to David's familial home, if that's what you want to call it,
Yeah.
um,
Mm.
Helen and Julie pretend like their car is broken down, and they go and
Mm.
question Missy Egan, David's sister,
Yep.
and they learn that a man stopped by to pay respects after David's death. What was that man's name?
No idea.
What was it, Kelly? Because it comes up later. What was that
It does
person's
come
name?
up later. A bit.
Hmm.
Am I getting it mixed up? Is it Billy?
Billy
Billy.
Blue.
Yeah, Billy
Billy
Blue.
Blue. Billy Blue. There we go. Yes. Thank you so much for that assist. You're a real one.
You're welcome.
And so they're like, let's keep that in our back pocket.
Yeah.
let's keep that in
Yep.
our back pocket. And so they leave Missy's after she tells them this, and Julie tells Helen that they need to look up the man who met with Missy.
Hmm.
And then Helen also tries to like rekindle their friendship, but Julie's like, I don't want to be friends
No.
with you anymore. she's like, I
You're a
want th-
murderer.
she's like, I want this to end so I can
Bro,
go back
Julie.
to my depression hole at college.
Exactly. Julie's like, you know what? I cannot be friends with a group of people that murdered somebody. Like, girl, you were there
You were
too.
there too. Like she is on like Julie Jordan is on this like high horse for some
Yeah,
reason.
she really is. She's like, I have the high moral ground. I wanted to go to the police. Bro, Helen wanted to go to the
Helen
police,
wanted to go
but
to the police.
y'all were just scared, and so
Yeah.
y'all just dumped a body, okay? Stop
You
acting like you
like you
didn't.
very well could have admitted to this at any time. So you're
Right.
not any better than any of them. And so when Helen goes home, the fisherman breaks into her house, and I say breaks very loosely because she did not lock the door.
She did not lock the door.
She just closed her front door and went up to bed.
Yeah, all casual.
Hmm. And so
Lock
the
your
fit,
doors.
yep, lock your doors, please. And so the fisherman goes upstairs and sneaks into her room and hides in her closet. When Helen's sister comes into her room and tells her that she needs to do inventory at the store the next day, but she tells her that she can't because she has to ride on the parade for the 4th of July celebration. And her sister
Yeah.
makes a jab at her about her hair. And so Helen kicks her out and goes to sleep. The
That was
next
so
morning,
unnecessary.
so unnecessary because all Helen was doing was brushing her hair. And she was like, all you ever care
Right.
about is your hair.
It's like, bro, this is part of my nighttime routine.
Yeah, leave me alone. Like, I didn't even take a shower. Like, leave me alone.
Right.
Just got into bed with the day's stink on me.
Yeah.
And so the next morning, Helen wakes up with her crown on her head, and her hair has been unevenly cut.
Mm.
And written in lipstick on her mirror, it says soon. Yikes.
Yikes. That one
Yikes.
was actually kind of scary.
That's horrifying.
Because that all happened while you were asleep. You
Like, the
can't fight
amount.
that.
No. They snuck
Like
into your house.
everybody else had a chance to escape what was happening to them.
Hmm.
She had that happen while she was asleep.
She had absolutely no way of knowing this was happening.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
And like props to the fisherman, able to cut her hair while she sleep,
Right.
put a crown on her head, write on her mirror, and then sneak out
Bro.
before anyone notices you.
Bro, what a king.
What a king.
What a sneaky king.
Sneaky king. Sneaky link, some would say. And so she calls Julie. And so Julie like gets in her car and goes over to and makes her way over to Helen's house. when she hears something in her trunk. When
Mm.
she goes to open the trunk, she finds Max's dead body covered in crabs, the literal crabs,
Yeah,
not the
not yeah,
sexual disease crabs.
yeah. No,
Um,
no, no.
and so she runs. She leaves her car in like the middle of the street and runs away.
Right.
She runs over to Helen's house where she finds Barry comforting Helen, and they all go back to the car, and the body is gone,
And
including
all the
all the
crabs.
crabs.
Yeah.
And there were like 50 crabs in there.
Right. That thing was filled to the brim with crabs and a dead body.
Like the fisherman is light on their feet. They are
Yes.
making moves.
Yes. This man had enough time to cut Helen's hair, leave a threatening message, and then go to Julie's house and put a dead body with a bunch of crabs in it.
Dead bodies are not light either.
Mm-mm. This man did this all in one night.
All in one night. Wow.
Go
Some of
off.
y'all need to work on your productivity. And so, yeah, they get back to the car. The body's gone, and we get the iconic "What are you waiting for?" scene.
Yeah, what are you waiting
What
for?
are you waiting for? Ray then comes out of literally nowhere,
Yes.
and
He's
Barry's
so
like, "Oh
creepy.
no, Ray is behind all of this." He's like, I can't
I
do
mean, the
this."
way he been acting, I would have suspected too.
He was acting shady.
Oh my gosh, so freaking shady. And then he asked, and then he's like, "No, something happened to me too. I got a letter." Like,
I got a
bro.
letter, and Barry rightfully so was like, "Oh, you got a letter." Oh.
Oh,
Helen just got chopped all her hair off, all of her hair
right,
off. Uh,
right,
Julie found a dead body in her trunk.
right.
I got hit
And
by a
I was hit by
car,
a car.
and you got a letter?
Ooh,
It's like,
yeah.
please. I've seen
It's like,
Scream. I'm not playing these games right now.
right, right. It's like, yo, read the room. Read
Read
the
the room,
room.
please. And so Julie and Helen bring up Billy Blue, sorry.
Blue.
It
Right.
autocorrected to Bloom.
Uh-oh.
And so they go to look at Helen's sister's yearbook to see if he's in there.
Mm.
He's not. And so Julie then decides to take the yearbook to Missy to find Billy, and Ray starts acting a little strange.
A little.
He's like, why are y'all going over there? We don't need to
What
go
you
over
what
there.
y'all what y'all doing?
We don't need to
We don't need
figure
to
out who
go.
Billy is.
No, of course not. It's
Weirdo.
Billy.
And no one
Yeah.
questions this.
No. Ray has been acting sus the second they started interacting with each other again. Like I would
Yeah,
have like immediately been like, "Yeah, you're doing all this, aren't you?"
yeah. I'm like, I'm gonna keep my eye on you, Ray.
Right. Mm.
One more toe out of line, I'm taking you to the
Right.
police.
Right. I'm taking us all down to the police.
Yeah, we're all just gonna
We're
have to just
all
go
going
confess.
down. Yeah, we're all going to jail. See you later, bestie.
And so Helen still has to, work that day. And so she goes to her
Yeah.
parade, which, like, yikes, you just had all your hair cut off. You feel
Yeah.
violated, you feel scared, and you have to go
Yeah.
sit on a parade float and wave and smile at people.
Right. Nah. And then you have to judge a pageant later.
Yeah,
Nah. I would have
I
been
couldn't
like,
do it.
sorry.
We're gonna have to cancel
Mm-mm.
this year. I
Yeah.
can't do
Yeah.
this.
Either I sit in this parade and cry the whole time, or you let me go home.
Or you let me go. I'm sure no one remembers what I look like anyway. We could literally put
Right.
any blonde girl up here.
Right. I'm too far away from everybody anyway. Just,
Yeah, they can't see my face.
keep it going. Put a hat on her. Cover her
And
face.
and so Helen goes to her parade with Barry, and they notice a man dressed as a fisherman in this fishing town.
Right.
And Barry chases him down and tackles him. But it's just an old man,
Dude, I'm surprised he didn't hurt that guy.
right? He looked like twice that man's size, and he just
Yeah.
like trampled him.
Yeah. He just full on tackled him to the floor.
Yeah. And then later we see Helen sees the same fisherman and he shows her his hook. Also, we completely see this man's face.
Yeah, me too.
They should have hidden it better. Like, I completely saw
like
this man's
like
face.
the angle that it was at, we're just like, oh, okay,
Oh,
there he is.
okay, hey.
Hey, what's how you doing?
Also, they should have had him wear gloves.
Yeah, they should have.
But this is
Fingerprints.
already an all white town, so we can let that one slide.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Julie pulls up to Missy's and she tells Missy that, or Missy tells Julie that David went up to the mountains to like kill himself and left
Oh,
a suicide note that she hid so that she could get the insurance money.
good
But
for her.
it says, "I will never forget last summer." And Julie tells Missy that's not a suicide note, that's a death threat. And Missy just goes into complete denial. She's like,
Oh
"What are
yeah.
you talking about?
She's like, what? How dare you leave? Leave
Leave,
my
get out,
house.
leave my house."
This
And
very sentimental, not death threat.
yeah, and so Julie tells Missy that about the accident and the tattoo
hmm
on his arm or whatever. And
hmm
Missy's gets even more upset. She's like, "What are you talking about? He never had a tattoo." And so this causes Julie to realize that David was not the person they hit.
Nope. Nope.
And so
Which
we
how
cut.
awful.
How awful. You
Like
think you killed one person, but you
right,
could have possibly killed another person that hasn't even been
right,
found.
right.
And so we cut back to the beauty pageant, and Helen is put on stage for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know
Don't
why
know
she
why.
needed to be up there.
She didn't need to be up there.
Mm-mm.
And Barry watches from the balcony when Helen sees the fishermen attack and kill Barry. So she runs off stage screaming while people hold her back for some reason.
Yeah,
She's like,
the whole town's in
"He's
on it.
killing him." And these people are like, "Stop. What are you doing?"
Right, you're
No.
causing a scene.
Yeah. Also,
Mm-mm.
I also realized for the first time ever watching this movie,
Mm.
does this entire beauty pageant take place with these girls wearing their swimsuits?
I
Because
think so.
they were performing their talents in
In
their
in
swimsuits.
their swimsuits. I think so.
That's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
That is so ridiculous. Oh, anyway, and so a police officer goes up to the balcony with Helen, but after they find nothing because they barely looked,
He literally just like swept his like flashlight up there and he's like, I don't see nothing.
yeah, he's like, "There's no one up here."
Also, I love how he's not even concerned that they can't even find him, period.
Yeah, he's like, he's probably just playing a prank on us. We'll find him eventually.
Sure.
And so he's like, "Let me take you home, Helen." And so on the way home, there's like a block street, and he is a cop, so he should know where all the block streets are.
Right.
And he's
He
just
just
like,
sees it
"That's
and is like,
weird.
oh, yeah, guess we gotta go
Let's
a
take the
different
back
way.
alley."
That's
And
terrible.
so they're driving through the back alley, and the cop sees a man working on his car, and the
In
man's
the
not
middle
even
of the
like
night.
waving. And the man's not in the
No.
middle of the night, and the man's not even like waving them down for help. He just
No.
he's just like, "Let me go help this man."
Yeah, he just offers.
I'm like, "Oh, okay." And
Mm-mm.
so this is obviously the fisherman, and he kills the
Uh,
officer.
yep.
And Helen has to break herself out of this cop car. And so she does, though. Good for her.
She does. She's
Our
strong.
strong-legged queen.
She's so strong.
She
Go off.
worked. She does her Pilates.
Yep.
She does her
Yep.
squats.
Yep.
Stay ready so you
She
don't have to get ready.
exactly.
And so she runs to her family's shop. Meanwhile, Julie learns that David's girlfriend has a father named Benjamin that is a fisherman. um, after back at the shop, after her sister Elsa takes her sweet time opening the
Oh
door,
my gosh. I was so pissed.
Helen runs inside to call the police and tells Elsa to lock all the doors. But the fisherman is already inside because Elsa, our snail-paced queen, just like briskly walks to the back door to lock it.
I love how she's not even concerned that her sister is freaking out.
Yeah, her sister was like, I was being chased by a man. And she's like, okay, who
She's
hasn't
like,
been?
yeah, great. I am
Great.
chased by fishermen all the time that want to
All
kill
the
me.
time. Yeah.
All the time.
They'll catch you, they'll try to kiss you, they'll let you go. Like it
Yeah, it's
happens all the
fine.
time.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, Elsa gets killed.
Yeah, yes, yes, she does.
And then Helen has the best chase scene in all of horror movie history.
Yeah,
Like our good queen was putting up a fight
yeah. She wasn't going down without one. So
without one.
she
She got
literally
tackled
went
by
out
this
there.
man and still
Yeah,
got
and
away
still, yeah, yeah. She's like, I've been planning and going to the gym and prepping for this day.
for this day. She was like, as soon as that body hit the water, I knew I had to be ready in
I
case it came
right,
back
right, right. I am Buffy through and through.
through and through. My Slayer
Every character
powers
I
were
play.
activated during this scene. But no,
I have been training with Giles this whole
let me tell
time.
you what she did in this scene.
She went
She
off.
she got tackled by this man and fought him off. She
Hmm.
went into like this pulley elevator and pulled herself up before
Yep.
she could get like slashed. She
She
jumped out
jumps
of a
out a
second
window.
story window,
She jumped out of a window.
then
Yeah.
got up and ran
Got kept
barefooted
going.
through an alley. And if she had kept going, she would have lived, but
She would have lived.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
she stopped and uh
They knew
she
our
should
queen was too powerful, so they made her stop.
she should still be alive.
She should.
She should still be alive.
Yeah.
I believe that wholeheartedly. They should have found a way to keep her alive. I don't know how.
Yeah. Please.
Maybe they could have pulled like a Kirby from Scream 4 where since we didn't outright see her
See her
die,
die. Yeah.
she's still
She's not
alive.
really dead.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Uh, uh. And
Justice for
so
Helen.
justice for Helen. And so after all this happens, Julie then runs to Ray's boat and tells him that she thinks Ben Willis killed David Egan and that Ben Willis is who they hit and he's probably still alive.
Hmm.
She then notices the name of Ray's boat is Billy Blue. And so she thinks that Ray is the killer.
I mean,
I
the
would
way he's
too.
been acting, yeah.
He was acting weird and then he was the
He
one that
never
met up with
stopped acting
Missy.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't tell anybody. Come on now.
Mm-mm.
That's untrustworthy behavior.
Yeah, I don't trust you. And so while she's running from him, a random man knocks out Ray and tells her to
Yeah.
run onto his boat. Red flag.
Mm,
And so she gets onto this random man's boat. And inside the boat, she finds a whole bunch of pictures of her and all of her friends. And
yuck.
so she realizes that the man whose boat she's on is Ben Willis. Julie is then chased by Ben and hides somewhere, like underneath his boat, while
Mm.
Ray chases after their boat in a speedboat and climbs aboard. He fights with Ben, and Julie distracts Ray by calling out his name in the middle of a fight.
Bro.
And so Ray gets knocked off the boat. He's able to get back on though, because like movie plot. While Julie hides in like a fish storage area. I know nothing about boats. I know nothing about fishing. I've been fishing once in my life. I don't know.
Yeah, I've
Um,
only been fishing once. It was very boring.
yeah, yeah. And then in this fish storage area, she finds Barry and Helen's bodies and screams, giving away her location.
Yeah,
Like, why
girl.
are you screaming at dead bodies?
Yeah,
Like, they're not gonna
you're.
hurt you.
Then I know you're surprised, and you're like, that was your former best friend
Yeah,
and her boyfriend, but like you're trying to live.
yeah. You're trying
Keep
to
the
live.
screaming to a minimum,
You gonna let these dead bodies get you killed?
bro.
Have you never seen a dead body before? Like, come on, get over it. And so, uh, Ray knocks over Ben as he's going to like kill Julie, and then his arm gets caught in a rope and he's pulled up and has his
Hmm.
hand ripped off as he's thrown into the ocean.
Yeah.
Which I want to know the mechanics of that. I want to know how that
Yeah.
happened.
Because his wrist hits the pulley. It's not like it's a blade or anything. It
Yeah,
hits the
it's just a
pulley.
pulley.
So it should have broken his wrist.
Yeah, but it like severed it like
Yeah, like really
completely,
cleanly too.
cleanly. And so he gets thrown into the ocean. They get back to shore, and while the cops are investigating, Julie and Ray get back together. And they decide they're not going to tell the cops why he was trying to kill them.
No, of course not.
They're just like, the cops like, do you know why this man was after you? And they're like, nope,
Absolutely
absolutely not.
not. Why would I, officer?
Well, yeah, why would I? Plus, there's no body, so no
Right.
crime.
Ooh.
No body, no crime. And so a year later, Julie is taking a shower at school when someone drops something off in the mail for her. She
Oh my
opens
gosh.
it, and it's just an invitation for a pool party.
Yeah.
She goes back into the shower room and she sees written on the mirror, I still know. And then a figure then bursts through the mirror at her. And that's the end of the movie.
That is the end of the movie.
Are you ready for the movie facts? Because I have a lot and they're all pretty long.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
So, the first movie fact, Kevin Williams wrote this script before he wrote Scream. He wrote Scream and this movie. But
Wow.
he was unable to sell it. And so following the big screen success of Scream, Columbia Pictures immediately bought the rights for I Know What You Did Last Summer. And this is the reason why many people and fans, why many people feel that this movie is a huge step down from Scream because it was like his
Yeah.
first draft of a movie.
Yeah. 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 Scream was the rework of I
Yeah,
Know What You Did Last Summer.
yeah. With Scream, he was like, I can do this better, and he
Right.
did. But yeah,
Yes.
and so this movie is based off of a book by a writer named Louise Duncan, and
Mm.
she vehemently opposes this movie.
Oh,
Yeah, she was stated saying that she was appalled in one interview, and this is due
really?
to the fact that her youngest daughter was murdered in 1989, and so she does not like violent death movies about teenagers. And like in her
Oh,
original
yikes.
book, it was not like a slasher at all.
Okay, I was about to ask.
It was still a bunch of guilty teenagers being stalked and terrorized by a murderous madman, which is weird for not a slasher.
Yeah.
But no one dies in her book.
Oh, interesting.
So it's just like an old school mystery. No one
Yeah.
like dies.
Yeah.
Third movie fact. The ice inside the storage of the boat, where Julie was, it
Hmm.
was made out of gelatin so that Jennifer Love Hewitt could comfortably move around.
I thought so.
And
I looked at that
you
ice.
could
I'm like,
you could tell.
that's
It
that's not ice.
it was way too shiny.
It was way too shiny. It was way too clear because I feel like the clearness of it made it look like it was about to melt,
Hmm.
and it was way too perfectly like square.
Shaped. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, it was gelatin.
makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense. The set relocated from North Carolina to California for the scene where the four teenagers run over the man on the hill
Hmm.
because North Carolina is one of the flattest states in the United States.
Is it?
Yes, and they needed a more curvy and dangerous looking road.
That's hilarious.
So, yay.
Thank you, California.
Thank you, California. One scene shows Julie at her breaking point and she's like trolling around, the infamous what are we waiting for scene.
What? Yeah. What are you waiting for?
Um, in 2018, Jennifer Love Hewitt revealed that scene was a child's idea.
Really?
She said, quote, "That scene was actually directed by a kid who won a contest to come on and create a moment for the movie, and it became the biggest part of the movie."
Wow, go
She shared
off.
she shared that she had no idea. She has no idea where he is now, but that she wasn't thrilled about filming this scene at first because she thought it looked stupid.
Oh, it actually made
So,
sense.
so she didn't like it, but it became the most iconic part of the movie. So,
Right. How ironic.
how ironic. And so, Kelly, it's time for the question.
Mm.
Is this movie iconic?
I'm gonna say yes.
I also put yes. It's a little
Yeah.
boring,
Yeah.
but the cast makes up for it.
The cast really does make up for it. Also, I feel like, that when after that movie came out, like early 2000s, I feel like everybody at one point was saying, "I know what you did last summer" and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Like, come on, you literally could not go without somebody saying quoting something from that movie.
Yep.
It's
I,
it's a good movie.
I feel like the only thing
It's a
that would
good
have,
it's a good slasher.
yeah, it's a good slasher.
It's a good slasher.
I feel like the only thing that would have made the movie better is if Helen was a final girl.
Yes, she deserved to be a final girl. She put in all that work
Yeah.
just to be killed behind some tires.
Yeah,
No.
we didn't even get to see her die. Like, that
Mm-mm,
sucks.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
We got to see Max die.
Right. Right. Come on now. And he was a side character.
Boo.
He deserved better. Oh, she
She
deserved
deserves.
better, excuse me.
Yeah, she deserves so much better.
Ugh.
R.I.P. Helen.
R.I.P.
Okay, Kelly. Do you have any recommendations?
Yes. Um, both of them are songs, and both of them have Sean Paul in it. I don't know why, but I was on a Sean Paul kick this week.
Okay.
I sent you that TikTok with Sean Paul in it, and then for some reason I just went like, I'm just gonna go down into the Sean Paul like listening hole.
Okay. I'm fine with
So
that.
the first song is "Temperature" by
Mm.
Sean Paul.
Mm. Yeah.
Such a great
Okay.
song.
Great song.
A real throwback. If you haven't heard it before, please listen to "Temperature."
I feel like everyone's heard Temperature.
Yeah, or at least heard of Sean Paul.
Hmm.
So you kind of have to have heard this song. And then second is "Baby Boy" by Beyonce and
Iconic.
Sean Paul.
Iconic.
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 "Dangerously in Love" is a really great album.
Yes.
Um, so go check that out. But I'm specifically pointing out "Baby Boy."
Beyonce had something to
Great
prove
song.
on Dangerously in Love.
She really did.
She said, "I am not just a girl group girly." She said, "I will
Mm-mm.
stand out."
Mm-mm. Somebody messed with her and she's like, "Oh, bet
Bet.
you want an album? I'm gonna make you a great album."
Yeah. Her first single flopped, and so she was like, I have to come out swinging.
Yeah, she's like, "Actually, that was just a dip my toe into the pool
Yeah.
kind of thing.
That was a
I'm
test.
about to blow your mind.
Yeah.
Blow your mind."
She was like, I got something hot coming for you. It's called Crazy in Love. Be ready.
Right, right. It's gonna change the music game forever.
Forever. As for me, my first recommendation is Scream. Yeah.
Ah,
What Scream? I mean, like, you can watch this movie, but watch Scream.
yeah. Watch Scream.
Watch Scream.
It's better.
It's better. It's better written.
Yeah.
Just watch it. My second recommendation is Hex Girls by the Hex Girls.
Love that.
Yep.
Love
Yep.
that.
Yep. Those Scooby Doo
Hex
movies,
Girls.
the songs used to slap. Uh,
Dude, the Scooby Doo music slaps.
mm-hmm.
Like they did not miss. Like sure
Mm-mm.
it's a kids movie, but like they made sure that that track went hard.
I love the Hex Girls. I don't remember what movie it was. I think it was like The Witch's Ghost or something like that.
I don't remember.
Whatever movie it's from, listen to that song.
Yeah,
And Hex
it's a good
Girls,
time.
um, when's the new album? When's the tour?
Yeah, um, because we're willing to go. We want to
Hmm.
go.
Maybe don't do it next summer because Beyonce's touring next summer,
Oh
but
yeah, you're right.
but I'll be
If I
ready
have to
next
choose, then it
fall.
has to. Yeah, right. If I have to choose, it has to be Beyonce. Sorry.
I already know I'm only going to be able to afford Beyonce, so
Yeah. Sorry,
so
Hex
I'm really
Girls.
going to need y'all. Maybe next fall, next winter,
Yeah.
next one. Yeah,
hmm
yeah. But like,
Thank
just
you.
let me know. Let me know when the tour is happening. I'll
hmm
try my
hmm
best. If it is in
Yeah.
summer, I'll try.
Yeah.
I only need one kidney, right?
That is true.
Cool,
Yes.
cool, cool, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Good to know.
Good to
I
know.
can I can donate a portion of my liver, right? And like it'll grow back.
Uh huh. That is
Cool,
actually true. Yeah.
cool,
Yeah. So
cool.
they could. So do you sell that one for more because they're getting a brand new one because it'll just keep growing?
Yep,
So yeah, you just do those two and you'll be able to afford both.
I'll have the
Maybe.
money. I'll have the
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
Cool, 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 cool. Well, anyway, thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Don't forget to follow us on our social media. We have a Twitter and an Instagram. They're both at
hmm
SYTYI Podcast. You can always send always. You can also send us your movie requests and your movie stories at our email, sytyipodcast
hmm
at gmail.com. Were you that kid who directed the scene?
Right. Where are you now?
Where are you
Are you
now?
directing other things?
Are you directing other things?
Did you find that directing was your passion?
Yeah,
Are you actually out there instead curing cancer? Because, like, why not?
because you can do anything apparently.
Yeah. You can direct this iconic scene, you can cure cancer. What next?
Did Jennifer Love Hewitt, did her energy like ward you off from the Hollywood industry? You were like,
Right.
absolutely not.
Right. You
She was
were
like, you were
scarred.
like, she doesn't see the vision, so I can't.
Yeah. Yeah. You're like, I can't work with these people.
Hmm. Let us know.
Yeah. Let us know.
Let
Was,
us know.
Sarah Michelle Gellar your favorite?
Hmm.
Because she's mine.
She's mine too.
You should have directed her
Her death
survival.
scene so that she didn't die.
Yeah.
You should have been like, oh no, we're not doing this. We're
Yeah, you should have stayed on set for a little longer and been like, she what?
she
She
what?
dies?
No, we're gonna need a
No.
rewrite.
Yeah, we're gonna need to rewrite.
We're gonna need a
We
rewrite.
need to call everybody. We need to sit down.
You should have pulled a Brandy and I know what you did last. I still know what you did last summer.
Oh,
Where
yeah,
she just randomly like
yeah.
gets like killed behind like a pillar, and then at the end of the movie she just pops up.
Hello,
Yeah,
I'm alive.
I'm alive. But yeah, hit us up if you're that kid, please,
Yes.
please. Also share us with your friends and your family. Subscribe to us
hmm
on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. Also, everyone be safe this Halloween.
Yes.
Um, wear a jacket in case it gets cold.
hmm
Girls, keep a pair of flip flops or something in your purse.
Yeah, if you're wearing shoes that are going to get uncomfy, bring an alternative.
Bring an alternative. Um,
That's the long and short of it.
don't leave your drinks with anyone.
Oh yeah, no.
If
If
you
that
are,
drink leaves your hand, it's not yours
it's not your
anymore.
drink anymore.
I don't care who you give it to.
No. Also, don't drink and drive. Take it
Oh
Ubers,
yeah.
Lyfts. Whatever you got. A friend, designated driver. Whatever you got to do, just don't drive.
Yeah, don't drive.
Have fun. Eat
Yes, have
eat while
fun, be
eat while you
safe.
drink.
Yeah,
Don't drink on
eat,
an empty
drink.
stomach.
No, don't have pasta, bread, something, stuff something in your
Hmm.
gob, and then you can
Yeah.
drink. And then
Drink
make sure you drink a lot of water
drink a
too.
lot of water. Get you one or two liquid IVs.
Yes. Yeah. Target.
Hmm. I have like 5 by my desk. Like I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm ready.
We're going to Chili's and we're gonna get smashed
We're gonna get smashed at Chili's, y'all.
on a Wednesday night.
on a Wednesday night, and then we're gonna circle back and do it again on Saturday night.
Why not? They're
Why
at by
not?
that point they're gonna know our names
They're gonna
because
know our names. We might get free shots. Like, who knows?
who knows?
Yeah. Also, like, wash your hands.
Yeah.
Be careful, y'all. Get your flu shots and stay iconic.
Stay iconic, y'all.
Bye.